my friends, and welcome to another Number Corner. I love Number Corner. It should be the first thing we do every day. It gets our brains nice and warmed up. We talk about all things date related so we know what today is. We always have a new thing to learn or to talk about. And guess what? Today is the very first day of a new month, which means we have a new grid observation chart. So fun things. First day of the month, first day of the week. We only have 2 weeks until spring break, and we really get to give our brains a nice long break. But that means we still have 2 weeks of learning and hard work to do. So let's get to it. First things first, let's sing our days of the week so that we are warming up our brains. Make sure you are singing at home with me, loud and proud. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 All right, my friends. I know I kind of already spoiled it, but look, it is the very first day of a new month. Let's turn our card around. What is the number on the very first card of the very first day of this month? It's the number 1 because it's the first day of the month. So, but what does that mean? It's a new month, so do we know what month it is? We better talk about that too. Say this with me. It is March. Good. So let's put it all together. Oh, and we didn't talk about what day of the week it was. Mrs. Sae-Wong's brain. Pew, it's gone. So yesterday was Sunday because it was the weekend. So there's Sunday and there's Monday. Today is Monday. Now we can put our whole date together. Are you ready? Today is Monday, March 1st, 2021. And remember, March, we got to figure out what month March is in the year. So we've got January, February, March. So what month is March? Well, let's count it out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. March is the 3rd month of the year. So if we know March is the 3rd month, today is the very first day, we have all the things we need to go update our date card. So let's do just that. Okay. So we need to erase all the things. I like a new month. We get to start fresh and clean. I get to clean the board. All right, that month is going to be the number 3 because March is the 3rd month. Today's day is the very first day. And the year is 21. So everything we write the date on today will be 3-1-21. Now, if we want to write it in the longer version, though, if you're feeling fancy, when we write March, when we abbreviate it or shorten it, it is MAR, period, then the first, comma, and the full year is 2021. All right? But you know me, I like this top version. It's quick and easy, gets us on our way. So let's practice writing that on our new observation chart for the month. Shout out the date to me. It is 3-1-21. All right. I don't know if anybody noticed, but let's look at our picture. What is this picture of? What are we talking about this month on our observation chart? Clocks and time. You got it. We're going to practice time some more. I know it's been a few months. It was all the way back in November the last time we talked about time and clocks. That's why we have to practice some more so that we can help our brains remember all the things. So first things first, do we remember what type of clock this is? Remember, there's analog and digital. Does anybody remember? Oh, I can hear your super smart brains working at home. Everybody say it with me. This is an analog clock. Digital is like what we have on our watches and our phones, right? Where it just gives us the numbers. Analog is where we have to read the numbers on the clock. So, first things first, the type of clock is an analog. Now, we need to talk about what time it is. So remember, there are 2 hands on an analog clock. The short hand is the hour, and the long hand is the minute. So whichever whichever number the shorthand is pointing to is the hour. Whatever the longhand is pointing to is the minute. So let's look at this. The shorthand is pointing up to the 12. So we're going to put 12 for the hour. And remember, we put 2 dots in between the hour and the minutes. Now, the longhand is pointing to the 12. Does that mean it's 12 minutes? No, I love that you all told me no. So remember, when we're looking at an analog clock, if the hour hand is pointing to the 1, that means it's 1 o'clock. But if the minute hand is pointing to the clock to the 1, it actually means it's 5 minutes. Notice how there's little itty bitty marks in between the 12 and the 1. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means every number on an analog clock represents 5 minutes. So let's count our minutes by 5. Are you ready? Starting at 12. This is basically like saying that we're at 0. So starting at 0, counting by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So when we get to 60 minutes, we start a new hour. Every 1 hour has 60 minutes. Whoa, pretty cool, right? So when we have our minute hand pointing up at the 12, that actually means it's a brand new hour. So we're at minute 0, 0. So our minutes today will be 0, 0 because it's a brand new hour. We have not had any minutes pass by. Okay? Starting tomorrow, we're going to keep track of how many minutes has passed by on every clock. So it's going to help us count forward or count backward on our clocks. Kind of exciting, something to look forward to. And that's it. Our March number corner is much shorter, much easier. We're going to talk all things clocks, so make sure you are hanging in there, counting with me, practicing with me, because knowing how to tell time is a big deal. It's important to understand time. So we're on time for school. We're on time for appointments. We're on time from coming home from playing with our friends. If mom says you better be home by 5 o'clock, well, gosh, you better know how to say 5 o'clock on a clock, right? All right, friends, that's it. I'm so glad you're here, warmed up your brain with me. Thank you for always working so hard with me. Wait a minute. Mrs. Sae-Wong is trying to skip counting the days of school. I just realized I was trying to go too fast. Forgive me, my friends. I need a little more coffee in my life. Super quick. Last time I saw your adorable faces was day 110. Let's figure out what today's day in school is. Thanks for always understanding that Mrs. Sae-Wong is just a little silly sometimes and I forget. Okay. So last time I saw you, it was day 110. We need to figure out what comes next. Our number line starts at 100, so that's where we're going to start counting from. Are you ready? 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 100, and comes after 10. 111. You got it, because we know our patterns of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoa, that's a lot of counting. So today is day 111 in school. Let's update our date or our days in school chart. So when we write the number 111, we write a 1 in our hundreds, a 1 in our tens, and a 1 in our ones. Sorry, I just realized how close I was to the camera. Hot Mess Express, Mrs. Sae-Wong. We want to write out the word. We write 111. Remember, this outside column is our hundreds. So we have 1 in our hundreds, which means what? Means we have 1 100. Good. If I have a 1 in my tens, what does that mean? Means I have 110. So I have 10 days in that 110. And then I have a 1 in my ones, which means I just have 1 day all by itself. So now we need to write that equation and put it all back together. Are you ready? I've run out of room. That's okay. I'm going to write really small. We are going to take our hundreds. So we're going to take that 100 plus our tens, so plus 10, plus our ones gives us 111. Awesome, my friends. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Thanks for accepting Mrs. Sae-Wong is a little bit crazy and forgetful. I appreciate you all, and I will see you all a little bit later. Bye, friends.